Hello and welcome to a extremely special annual edition of the Roundtable Podcast. This is the first annual April Fool's Roundtable Comedy Open Mic, spiritually sponsored by the Open Eye Project and Holy Sepulchre, using cotton to burn away the darkness. Please join us on all social media, the Roundtable Discord server. Go to Discord through the conspiracy theory or politics sections. I am Shogun. Thank you to the live audience and all of you for attending on Podbean, Podcast Addict, YouTube, etc. Now, Open Eye Project, this is your brainchild. You wanted to have the Cuts Like a Knife April Fool's Roundtable podcast. So I'd like you to introduce it. If you want to go first on the mic, you go ahead, or just introduce and we'll hand it off. But I love you, brother.
Okay.
Speak your word.
Change my voice. I gotta change my voice. Oh shit, it ain't working. Okay. Well, this is a Halloween Cuts Like a Knife edition of comedy. We out to have a little fun. I want to tell y'all you can talk about scary shit because Halloween's all about scary shit. If you it's kind of like the other Halloween. A lot of people don't realize that because just like the Open Eye Project, I could give you a closed eye too. After I punch you in the face and you get a black eye, then that's the closed eye project. But just try to be funny. You could feed on, some people could give a theme to each other and you could try to talk about it, make it funny. That's one thing we could do. But I hope y'all have fun. And if someone wants to start talking or do some comedy, y'all could go ahead and do it. All right.
No, I've got a good joke to start it off, I guess. Where would man be without woman? Anybody know? Garden of Eden.
Good one. Good point. So tonight, everyone's going to have to step up and take the mic. I'm not going to handhold you. So jump up and take your chance.
It's like, what do you get? You're at a round table with a bunch of people that don't know what to say.
So I was balls deep. I was balls deep in a nun this one time. So at the CIA, I want my code name to be Mr. Poopy Butthole. I've been trying to get it changed, so whenever they have to talk about me, they say Mr. Poopy Butthole. You think it's gonna work? No.
I think most people have a poopy butthole, so they probably.
Yeah, but I have like an extra poopy butthole.
Well, these days with the toilet paper shortage, everybody's got a poopy butthole. I mean, I know I honestly do.
Well, I think most people, they have this Play-Doh push parlor effect when you have long ass hair and it gets all tangled up.
Oh,
well, if you got a poopy butthole and you got one brown finger, that's really bad.
Let's go home with a cold foot. One sock.
Oh, it's disgusting.
You never hear that ancient
Nick
proverb?
doesn't even know what the fuck to say to that. He's just like, what?
You never heard that ancient proverb? Man who go to bed with itchy bum, wake up with smelly finger.
That's a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
Has anybody ever heard the Socrates quote, "Know thyself, but never try to know what a trap is"?
That's pretty good. I noticed that everybody who is for abortion has already been born.
It's a small world how that works.
I guess so.
Holy
and all the people
Sepulchre.
against abortion are still in heaven.
What do you, Holy Sepulchre? What do you do? What do you dress as for Halloween?
Oh, that's a theme. Okay. I go invisible.
Easily the best answer that could have been given.
What the fuck, America?
Honestly, your Halloween April Fools is like, it's absolutely brilliant. You're a genius. You don't even know it.
I just have this vision of like Holy Sepulchre walking around as like this saw made out of tinfoil with like rope wrapped around it.
Wait, bind your fucking saws, people. For the love of God, there's sawing mankind out there. Bind your saws.
Dude. I don't know.
Yeah. I was
Don't forget, water-based lubes are the thing of the ancient times. We got cottonseed, lube right now, and it's the best for your sexual needs.
Oh, dude, that would be like, wouldn't that be a little abrasive? Speaking of penises, has anybody ever like taken a plaster cast of their penis to make like
To
a
make
dildo out of it?
Yeah, but I do.
to make a
Oh, never
popsicle
mind.
mold.
Yeah, like make a mold of your penis. Has anybody
Yeah.
done that? I kind of want to do
It's
Get
that.
effort on
It's
the
hard to-
round
it's
table
hard to
for
say hard.
Shogun dildo cast, but
I wanted to make like a bayonet out of my penis and attach it to the end of a rifle or some shit.
Jesus.
actually a really good idea. That would be extremely intimidating. A
Oh.
battalion of soldiers
That's-
charging you with
Yeah.
fucking rifles with dildos on the end.
With my
That's
fucking
scary.
cock on it, dude. But mine specifically, like.
Am I the only one turned on or not?
You could do it, but you could probably do a healthy
No, we
dose of
all-
Viagra to make sure that the mold sets properly.
Yeah, right, dude. No, all I have to do is stare at pictures of Gina Haspel's ass.
I think you're gonna say Natalie Portman. Okay, who would you rather have sex with, Natalie Portman or Gina Haspel? Be honest.
Oh, Natalie Portman. Gina Haspel's a fucking monster.
She's a man's man.
I think deep down you want some men in Air Force uniforms, but that's just me.
I'm here to service you, sir.
That's a fucking amazing gift, bro.
Well, I figured out why them tree.
What?
I figured out why them tree huggers like to hug them trees, Dan. They drill a hole into the fucking tree first before they hug it.
What the fuck?
So that's what LSD is.
Dude,
That's how that do.
what's going on with that freaking roundtable logo, man? It's fucking jumping all around. What's happening?
It's called full autism, dude.
Dude.
Fucking Zetman,
Fucking
fucking
gold.
Katy Perry. That's disgusting.
Man, she's eating cotton, dude. It's good. It's good shit,
Oh
man.
my god, Katy Perry, what a fucking bitch.
Septicur, I think one day
How
you get
many-
your address so I can send you an airsoft gun full of cotton seeds.
Well, someone's got to pick the cotton.
I mean, they're humans on our behalf, and at least we can do is put some cotton shotgun, cotton grenades.
Well,
Do
Shogun, I mean,
drive-bys?
have you ever heard
Absolutely.
of that cotton filter to fix your lag?
Third,
No, I haven't, because you haven't put the cotton filter on and you're lagging.
He's like, have you ever heard of silence?
Don't forget about Cotton from fucking King of the Hill. Hank's dad.
Belushi's gonna die.
Oh, dude, don't have a fucking diabetic coma shock. Are you okay, sir?
Oh my god, diabetics! What's with all these needles?
So
I
I
thought that was just the
I walked to the grocery store and I got a liter of milk or a half liter of milk. I don't know. It was a really big thing of milk and I drank the whole thing on the way. And I totally pulled an Anchorman, like, milk was the bad idea. But I'm like bloated now. Does that mean I'm lactose intolerant?
Depends if you should already be farting if you're lactose intolerant.
That's true. Maybe I'm just mildly then, huh?
When I have too much gas, it's possible to binge your gas like manually.
I have probably the worst gas on planet Earth, actually.
I mean,
I
worst
think-
case Ontario, you'll
I think
just
it's a
not use
genetic thing. They had half of my grandpa's colon taken out, so I think there's something wrong with my family's poop line, in the bloodline.
Well,
500 a long
okay,
way.
well, I don't want to fucking derail, but if there's a spot between your belly button and your hip, and you go right to the middle of that, that's where your abduct is, between the large and small intestine. And if you got problems, you can massage that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, deep.
Well, I've been doing
tissue.
core exercises trying to strengthen my abdomen, so it's all sore there.
Well, that's BS because when you have gas, it's an alien implant in the depths of your gut that produces
Oh
a
my
biomorphic resonance gas that creates a biooptic illusion in your anus.
When I meet
They
you,
get
I'm literally gonna.
That's what she said.
I'm literally gonna give you a lobotomy when I meet you. I'm just gonna drug you and take out a part of your brain, like fucking Hannibal style.
You'll need that.
Paul.
Wait, don't we just poke a needle in there?
Just take a little chunk of your fucking brain out.
Well, they used to do it with like an ice pick type, or like tool or whatever, and they put it in through the eye socket and go up into the brain.
Does this sound
That's
like,
how
like a
they-
mafia thing? Like you're gonna talk, you're gonna be a rat, so we're just gonna poke you in the brain with an ice pick. Maybe that's where this all stemmed from. One guy just.
No, I think it started
That
from.
was ice
I think it
picking.
started from lunatics in England in asylums. I think that's what popularized it was the asylums of England. Although I could be wrong. So Hitler killed 70,000 schizophrenic crazy people. So maybe it was in Germany they were testing that shit pretty hardcore. I don't think it originated there though. I know that like what's the Jack the Ripper stories and stuff was like there was some asylum shit, lobotomy stuff going on in that era.
I'll have to read up on that. Sure. Yo, how did Mary and Joseph know that Jesus weighed 4.2 kg?
How?
Because they had a weigh in the manger.
Oh, you're fucking. Was that it? Are you googling like dumb Christian jokes? I'm just kidding.
Maybe I should actually. Why are there so many old people in church? Because they're cramming for the final.
It smells like vitamins and pee.
Listen, if you want religious jokes, you just got to know that like atheism is a non-profit organization.
Hey, thief.
Dude, why can't atheists get tax breaks for their fucking religion? Wait, shit. Yeah,
Is
see,
that a
that
joke?
denotes,
It's just a joke all in itself, isn't it?
that denotes that the atheist would require, or that a civilian must require to select a religion to get a tax benefit of a religion. Oh man,
Future, bro.
we should abolish the IRS, dude.
What a joke.
Let's abolish the IRS and the Fed all at the same time and open a new one called Trump fucked us. I don't know.
No.
Well, you know, there's only ever been one institution that successfully infiltrated and undermined the IRS, and it was this Church of Scientology and Operation Snowflake. So I think, you know, they've proven their dominance. We should have accepted the Scientological point of view because they beat the IRS. Nobody else ever done that.
I'm not gonna lie, the Scientologists are talking to the tall gray Zeta reticulans that are on Earth out of the high levels.
Oh no, you're kind of missing the point because the Church of Scientology, they got some big property, man. Like they're the only fucking group that actually owns streets in the middle of fucking like
the
LA.
Church of Scientology is the biggest fucking property owner in the world, pretty much. Like their church membership, and this is no longer comedy, but has dropped by like 90%, and their real estate ownership has increased by like 90%. So they literally have like huge fucking fancy churches with nobody in them. It's crazy.
Guys, I have something
Big Blues
super
won.
serious to ask. Like, do you guys know why they built like a pyramid instead of like a cube?
Why?
Because the hipsters like them more.
Whoa.
Boom. I mean, I like pyramids. I love pyramids. I know NSA hates pyramids, but I think pyramids are fucking great. Ziggurats, pyramids, they're amazing. They're wonderful.
It's not that I hate pyramids, it just represents the gaudy monstrosities that human beings will build in the name of some form of what's the term?
I love pyramids.
Display of wealth. Yeah, exactly. Grandiose display of wealth by enslaving
pyramid with
Honestly,
diamond.
You guys are over talking.
I have some secrets
No,
to tell you guys.
Shogun
about
has the mic.
Oh, I'm done. That was I was just saying
Thank you, Polly.
a pyramid with a pure diamond tip.
As a Jew, I know some pretty big secrets. I think I want to share with you guys. You know why we have such big noses?
Why?
Cocaine.
Air's free.
No, he doesn't have to do that much. He just goes.
And I mean, it's like my cousin Vinny. You know, it's like you know what Jewish lightning is. The day the insurance runs out. Cha-ching!
Hey.
Well, just remember, I don't like cocaine. I just like how it smells.
Dude, I heard the same thing about paint in a bag. You should try it.
Hey,
Belushi, I heard there was like rumors that the way the copper wire was invented was essentially there was like a tug of war between a penny between two Jews stretched a penny with the copper wire. Is that accurate?
that actually goes a lot deeper than you would imagine. I mean, where do you think all cults and gay sex came from within this devilish world we live in?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
What the?
So, diagonally, I have a question for you.
Aliens and Jews.
What came first, Jesus? No, what's the difference between Jesus and a picture of Jesus?
Ooh, I don't know.
It only took one nail to hang up the picture.
Oh,
Damn.
I got one for you. I got
Oh
one
my
for you.
gosh.
The best mathematical equation ever. 1 cross, 3 nails, 4 given.
What did the Jews say to Jesus like when they're about to kill him?
Fuck you.
Blasphemer?
We could be a thing, but you praying.
Wow.
Wait, I don't get it. What does it mean?
You were praying.
It's
I
it's like we
I
could be
don't
a
get it.
thing. We could be a thing, but you playing.
Oh, okay. I got you.
What do you call a one-legged Chinese lady? Irene.
My coworker got me with a pretty good one today. So he rode up on the railroad tracks and he said, "Look, a train just come through." I asked him, "How you know that?" And he said they left the tracks.
Oh shit, the dad jokes. In surgery for a heart attack, a middle-aged woman had a vision of God at her bedside. Will I die? She asks. God says, no, you got 30 more years to live. With 30 more years to live, she looked forward to it, so she decides to make the best of it. She asked the hospital for breast implants, liposuction, tummy tuck, and a hair transplant with a collagen injection in her lips, the face lips. She looks great. So the day she's discharged, she exits the hospital with some swagger, crosses the street, immediately gets hit by an ambulance and killed. Wakes up in heaven. She sees God. Dude, you said I had 30 more years to live. God says, well, that's true. Well, what happened? She says. God shrugs. I didn't recognize you.
Okay, that one's good. That one's
I like
good.
how you added in the face lips.
I had to.
That one is good. No. That's good. It's true. You don't recognize them, dude. I can't blame God for that, dude.
Hey.
Well, every time when I drive down the road, I see roadkill, and I back up a couple times and run over it a couple more times, and then I get out of my car and I cut off their fingers, so I could barbecue them later.
What this hit a turn, bro. What?
Hold on. That was amazing. Open out your
Do we have a serious here or what, dude? Please,
No, hold on.
Look at this. Look at that straight.
He's a gangster. Trust me. If there's one person you don't want to be in a cage with, it's fucking Tony Ferguson. If there's a second person you don't want to be in a cage with, it's fucking Open Eye Project. Guy's a fucking psycho. But nevertheless, I want you to tell a joke about shovel parties. Can you tell me a joke about shovel parties, Open Eye?
Yeah, the shovel parties, man. I tell you what, it's so much fun. We have a bonfire. We don't like to. I don't like to do the weenie roasts because some people actually want to circumcise themselves and
No.
And I don't believe in that pulling your penis out and let me see it shit. So just make sure you bring your shovel. Everybody got to bring their shovel because if we vote on who's gonna dig their grave, you got your own shovel. And then another thing is make sure you bring a rope. In case you have to hang yourself.
You gotta hang yourself, and then you're gonna burn. And we're gonna cut your wiener and fingers off. Is that? Anyways.
Well, the thing is, if you ever go to heaven, you don't have no more fingers. So that's the idea about it.
Real facts.
Fingers in heaven. You don't need fingers in heaven because the beer just floats to your lips. The joint just floats there. It's amazing. Angels hold it there.
Barbecue your fingers now, everybody.
So, with how holy cotton is, does Jesus still use Q-tips?
Wait, what?
French fries are pretty good for Q-tips too. Yeah.
One more joke. Give us a cotton joke. A cotton joke.
Oh. Well, the cotton, man, I tell you what, the cotton's fucking alive, dude. They fucking talk, dude. It's like fucking... And they fucking real. Imagine you go in the cotton field and camp out and all these fucking little faces are just talking, It's fucking amazing. And the fucking cotton seed, the cotton seeds tell them, let me out. I want to plant. I want to put my balls, my plant in you.
Wow.
I tell you what.
Next cotton field I'm gonna walk into, there I'm gonna bring a whole bag full of fucking rock salt, start throwing it around, and all the little cottons are gonna be going, No, save me. Save me.
I'm jealous,
Yeah, but
man. I want to experience what it's like to camo at a cotton field and see all the cotton top.
it's wicked, dude. I'll tell you what, if you was on acid or mushrooms, you might be freaking out, dude, because it's so fucking amazing to camp out in the cotton field, dude. Really.
Dude, let me come down. I can be on acid in 5 minutes, and I can be there in 3 hours.
Holy Sepulchre, I think I would be a little more courageous to take 5 hits of acid than 15 minutes in your life, in all honesty, from the sounds of it. Like,
well,
how many grams of dried mushrooms?
I don't trust nobody, man. You might have a bad trip and start trying to cut me all up and shit.
No, see, the difference between, well, yeah, I'm never gonna, cut your fingers off. I'm never gonna fucking bash you in the head with a sledgehammer or kill you with a shovel. But I understand you might do that to me. But nevertheless, I'd love to hang out with you sometime, man.
No, I wouldn't do that. But
I've got a horrible cotton joke. I've got a really bad cotton joke, and I hope I don't get too much slack for this one.
Okay.
How does a black girl tell if she's pregnant?
How?
When she pulls out the tampon, all the cotton's picked off.
Oh.
Oh.
Oof.
What?
Yeah,
Wait,
Wait, what? Wait a minute, you didn't understand that?
No, he's just saying edit it out. It was not friendly, I guess. Mexico doesn't win any Olympic medals.
Well, we can keep the laughs, but yeah, let's not make that shit up, dude.
Okay,
that was a little dicey, but it's all good.
I told you it was gonna be about.
No, listen, it's all it's all good.
You can edit. I got a good one about Chinese guys.
Listen,
The religious person gets an edit.
If you got a girlfriend and she's on the period and stuff, and you're trying to survive, the only thing you got to do is tie a string onto her tampon when it's fully blood and put a hook in it. You might catch a big fish, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, well, I got a question for you, Open Eye. What do you call a sword that's never been fucked?
A virgin sword.
A virgin blade. Yeah, you got it. It was.
That's incredible.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Mexico
you know
doesn't
what?
win any
Now
Olympic
even
medals
swords-
because the best runners and jumpers
swords
and
are
swimmers
alive,
are in America already.
Everything's alive.
Hey, you want to try and change your voice again? I know it didn't work last time, but I think if you do the same thing you did at the beginning of the podcast one more time right now, because right now it's 8:40 Central Time, so I think 8 + 4 is 12. So I think if you tried to change your voice again, it would work.
Okay. Well, you know Frankenstein, dude. I actually seen Frankenstein in heaven. Okay. I think
Thank
he's
God.
the only one that got to heaven.
Thank God.
You think only Frankenstein went? You don't think Nosferatu went to heaven? You don't think the creature from Black Lagoon?
You know, something about them putting electrical shock on them. It must have got rid of the darkness, man. I mean, one dude in Europe got shocked with the paddle for he died with a heart attack. Got shocked 10 times, and it cured his heart disease, dude. Really. He don't even have heart disease no more.
Electric chair
And it changed
the darkness.
It changed his DNA, bruh. Yeah.
So should I lift an electrical socket to change my DNA?
That'll happen. But I got a question for you.
Fucking crazy.
Should I lift my electrical sockets to change my DNA?
What do you call a gangster light beam? Open eyes. What do you call a gangster light beam? This is an Open Eye Project question. Open Eye Project. What do you call a gangster light beam?
I don't know.
Dude, I think I know. Go on.
I think I know it too.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say. You say.
A black laser.
I knew it.
Well, I see black lasers. Actually,
we know you
I
do.
see lasers, but they look blue, you know?
Well, they're not black
because
then.
the sky is blue during the day. Okay, they look blue during the day only because the sky is blue.
So at night
they cut blue lasers. And
Hey,
at
guys.
night they shoot black lasers.
You guys want to know a tip to make your computer run faster? You gotta paint it black.
You just fucking, you gotta chase it every day, dude. The more you chase it, the more it runs
What?
faster.
Okay.
Yo.
Whoa.
Who was the first black guy to admit he was the father? It's Darth
Jesus.
Vader, boys. It's Darth Vader.
I am your
Dude.
father.
That was a Black Keepers relate joke.
That was, yeah.
What's funny
You know what they
though
call
is
me?
in Star Wars, the actual guy that did the voice was black, but the guy that actually played the body, like that guy was a white guy.
No way. Really?
Yeah, James
Yeah,
Earl Jones
black
played
guy was the voice, and the guy that played the actual character was white.
James Earl
They
Jones
they
was
over
voice.
voiced it.
James Vader?
Yeah, James
Yeah.
Earl Jones.
Yeah,
Voice.
yeah, that's right. That is true. Yeah, he was a black guy. And by
No,
the
it's
way,
not.
if he
April
remembers, no, but okay, all right, you got me. But the guy who
No,
played
I'm
Darth
serious.
Vader literally said their line was, "Luke, I am your father," and in reality, the line was, "No, I am your father." But everyone on Earth remembers Luke, I am your father, including the guy who did the role in multiple interviews, said it was Luke, I am your father. Everyone remembers that, but the actual line is, "No, I am your father."
You know what that's
That's
called,
it.
right?
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect.
Is
Oh,
it
it has-
Berenstein Bears or is it Berenstain Bears?
It's Berenstein Bears. That's very
Nope.
funny.
You're fucking wrong, bro.
No.
All right,
Well, dude,
I don't
it's
accept
before we
Berenstein
get on to this,
Stein.
all
I
right,
don't
okay.
accept.
In Star Wars, did CP3O did he have a different color leg?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Silver.
what?
Silver leg.
We had a silver
But,
left leg.
but I don't. Nobody remembers that. I remember gold, all gold. But in reality, he had a silver left leg. It's nobody remembers that.
I know.
Scary fucking face. That thing
I
haunted me.
watched the 1977 remastered, and then I watched an original on a tape VHS, and you can't tell it was a silver leg.
No, everyone's seen that movie, and nobody remembers the silver leg. But yeah, he had a silver leg, and yeah, he said, "No, I am your father, not Luke. I am your father." It's a trip.
It's 2020 and everybody has taken the red pill except Keanu Reeves.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Have you guys? I didn't get that one because I'm a dumbass. Have you guys seen the movie fucking Mandy with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
What do you think?
No, I haven't.
Wait, Mandy with Nick Cage, you mean?
I couldn't understand that, but I appreciate your voice modulator.
Yeah, it needs a little work for sure.
Hey,
seriously though, Mandy's a pretty great movie. That's a great movie.
Are you talking Mandy with Nick Cage?
No,
It's
is that the
Mandy
one
with Keanu Reeves?
Who is it with Keanu Reeves?
It's a movie called Mandy, and it's literally about a guy who's Keanu Reeves, who's like loves his girlfriend, and it's crazy like Nazi scenes with Killian Yang comes in a picture. And it's like a neon-futuristic psychedelic trip fest movie where they take acid and like it's crazy. Like you should watch it.
That's Nick.
What
Nick
year?
Cage. 2018 with Nick Cage. It's called Mandy.
Shogun said it was fucking.
Yeah, I got a good joke here. I said one time a little kid said, "Mama, where did I come from?" And she said, "Oh, you came from your daddy's penis."
True enough.
And the kid was scarred for life.
Hey guys, so why does Dr. Pepper come in a bottle?
Oh.
What?
Because his wife died.
I knew it.
What?
It's horrible.
Oh my god.
A guy spots a sign on the outside of a house that says "Talking Dog for Sale." Intrigued, he walks in. "So, what have you done with your life?" he asks the dog. "Well, I've led a very full life," the dog says. I've lived in the Alps, and I've rescued avalanche victims, served my country in Iraq. Now I spend my days reading to the residents in the retiring home." The guy's flabbergasted. He walks over to the owner. He's like, why the fuck would you sell a dog like this? He's incredible." The owner says, "Well, he's a fucking liar. He never did any of that."
Here's the funny thing. That was a good one. I've only in my entire life, I don't know why, I can remember philosophy, theology, anything. I can't remember jokes. There's only one joke in my entire life I've ever remembered, so I'm going to tell it, even though it's a horrible joke. So, what's the difference between two dicks and a joke?
I don't know.
I can't take a joke.
No. That's
I've
good.
got one. So
That's
if you ever
criminal.
if you ever get in an argument with someone and you're like throwing insults back and forth and they're like, "Oh, nice comeback," you can just return with like, "No, no, no, no. If I wanted my comeback, I would scrape it off your mom's face."
Oh,
That's
that's not bad though.
fucking rough.
Let's not get under the mama jokes, man. Seriously.
Your mom.
Since I just got
Your
off
mother-
yours.
Your mother's so fat I have to roll over twice to get off of her.
Okay,
You guys went and fucked that up, eh?
Who wants to learn how to spit backwards?
I do.
Okay, just look straight up and spit up in the air. It's gonna come back at you.
It's just killing him.
So happy Halloween, you know.
Happy Hallofoon Fools.
Happy Halloween Fool's Day, motherfuckers.
Well, if you don't spit blood, just remember on April Fool's Day, you don't want to start spitting blood now because a woman spits blood out of her mouth too sometimes. And you know what? A vagina could talk, dude. Did I ever tell y'all that? I've seen a
This is
vagina
what we
talk.
need. This is what the
And my
podcast needs.
vagina can talk.
Please go
No, I'm not joking, man. Get your old lady spread her legs in a mirror.
No, I know.
Look in
Trust
the
me, I
mirror.
know. A vagina can talk. I know. Trust me.
Yeah, for real.
Please
They fucking
explain.
make weird noises and shit too, man. Really.
Wow.
Yeah, but can she do sign language?
Wow.
Hey, could that vagina do sign language? Because that'd be a real
I've
talent.
seen a woman. She was a stripper, and her boyfriend was right there, and they said, "Look,
I thought I was
my
cool.
girlfriend, vagina could talk, dude. I mean, really." He said, "Oh, no way." And then she says, "Look, I'm gonna put this dollar bill in my vagina," and she started making the damn dollar bill, you know, open and close and shit like that. It's like, what the fuck? And then later in life, I realized I started looking at some naked pictures of women, right? And I was saying, you know, I knew they were live, okay? A lot of people don't realize that photographs is the one dimension, okay? If a piece of paper that's thin, it's a one dimension, okay? If you pile more
Philosophical breakdown.
papers on it, it gets to be more dimensions, whatever. That's just a different bullshit I made up. But actually, I started looking at the vaginas, and damn, vaginas was talking, man, really.
Hell
No
yeah.
shit. And they had
Well-
fucking demons in some of them, dude.
It's called the
Saying,
Whispering
"I'm
Eye.
gonna bite that motherfucker's dick off,
No,
man."
she
No
was
shit.
talking money. You
It's
guys
the
missed
holiest
it.
of holes, bro.
Holiest of holies. The holy of
If I had
holies.
a cunt, I'd be rich.
All life
You
comes
gotta
from one.
understand, a woman has two lips too. You gotta understand. If you, I'm not joking, you could do pussy analysis or pussy what do you call it? Vagina.
Pussy analysis.
Vagina, look, vagina
Pussy.
research.
Most women have 4 lips, but go on.
Yeah. So
Oy vey.
vagina research is very fun. It's really
Vagina
fun.
research.
Most
Vagina
men would like
research.
it. You know.
None of
I'll
you guys know
research
what
a
a vagina
vagina.
looks like.
I'll probe it, you know, test it
I'm
out.
not.
And then,
I'm not.
well, you get a mirror, like they had a psychic thing where they get a mirror, you light a candle in the dark, and then she spreads her legs and shit, and then you don't look at her, you look in the mirror, and then the vagina,
What
you
the
can ask
fuck?
any question that the
Where am I
vagina
in this
might
earth?
answer, you know?
You're in heaven and hell, bro.
What is this, Aleister Crowley's house?
When you're fucking her, like, what did you just say? Repeat that, please. I need to hear that again. Say that all again.
What?
And what you
2
said about how to
years.
fuck a woman with cotton in a mirror and shit.
Know how to
What was that?
look at it.
No,
He's
no,
looking
no,
at
you
it
do it.
through a mirror,
no.
through a mirror,
Well, they got
looking
a
back at
psychic
it with the
thing where
candle
they
lit,
take
the
a
cotton
candle
going.
and they sit people in the
Oh
chair,
my
right?
god.
And you could see the future in the fucking mirror, right? So you don't look at the woman, you gotta look at the mirror. And she's gotta be naked, of course, and then have her legs spread or whatever, and have a candle going. It's gotta be a big mirror too. And then you could communicate to the other side with the vagina.
Oh my god.
And if you
Oh
want to
my
talk to the
God.
vagina and ask some questions,
What is
I
this
want to
like?
talk to
What
vagina.
is this like
Ask
talk
him
Nazi
the question.
shit?
Vagina, I talked face to face, like, you know.
Did you say ask him questions?
Look, as someone that's done a lot of research on vaginas, you know, especially as a teenager, you know, on the internet, I never came across talking vaginas. I don't know exactly what you're talking about there.
Every vagina I ever met said the same thing. Fuck me.
Oh yeah, well every vagina I met said the same thing too. This is it.
Dang.
Well, you gotta do a litmus test. You gotta stick your finger and make sure you smell it though. 'Cause if it smells right,
Make sure you smell your finger, bro.
If it smells
Make sure you
bad,
smell
dude,
your finger.
don't do it.
Holy shit.
I mean, the shit. If
But
it's
did you hear what he called it?
eggs, like if
He
it smells
called it
like
a
rotten
litmus.
eggs, don't fucking do it, dude. I'm telling you, something's wrong.
Florida
You know?
Mac Techniques
He called it a
101.
litmus test.
It is a waste of smell to not smell your finger. I'll agree with that. That's well known.
Or you can stick your nose down there and smell a little bit first, and if it smells
Yeah,
a little
it's
bad,
literally
don't
fucking
do it.
drugs.
The girl says, I wear heels bigger than your dick, and the guy says, I take shits fresher than your pussy.
Oof.
Damn.
What's the difference between parsley and a pussy?
Mm.
Nobody eats parsley.
Stick to Christ, bro.
It's a garnish, bro. It's a garnish.
All y'all beautiful women.
All right, now I'm gonna dig deep for this one.
One
You
time.
know how you're eating pussy there? You know what really
Wait,
turns me
who's
on?
General Uwe Way?
You know what really turns me on is
What?
that little bit of poop smell.
Oh my god.
I mean, listen, I'm an ass man. Everybody knows I'm an ass man, but even I'm not turned on by poop smell.
No, I said just a little bit of poop smell.
Just a little bit. That okay? I'll give that.
Just a hint. Just a hint.
Just
It was like, oh, did I
a
smell that?
sniffer of poop.
As a
Very
J name,
very arousing.
I don't know of any other name besides a J name. This is gay.
Oof, you're trying to trigger him right now. Listen, I want you to call the J name because I want to claim. I'm gonna identity theft you, Belushi.
Jeremiah.
You just threatened me. I'll be honest with you right now. You don't want to go that far.
Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me?
Are you threatening me?
A vagina is just a...
General, make a joke, homie.
Alright, you gotta understand, the goddamn fish are talking to me, man. Go to the fish market, I can prove it. Just look in the fish's eyes. When you look at him, he might be in the ice, but he's still alive. Ask him a damn question, okay? That's all you gotta do.
I asked him if he can pay my rent. He said no. Get money, broke ass bitch.
Look the fish in the eyes at the supermarket. What happens if I buy a live fish?
Well, no, you gotta look at him and try to talk to him, but just make sure no one's watching, you know. They might
Oh,
come
I
to
talk to the
police.
lobster all the time. I tell him, say, get in my belly. Get in my belly.
Oh God, lobster's good. It's so good.
What kind of questions are you asking the fish for the cops to be called, man?
No,
Do you
I'm
like
just
fish
saying,
sticks?
you don't want to be getting caught looking at the fish and communicating with fish like that.
You do not want to be caught
fucking,
communicating with fish. That's the last thing you want.
Come get your ass.
If the CIA catches you communicating with fish, you're fucked. That is not. That is
No,
not kosher.
No, really. I mean, I can
He has the
communicate with a
technology.
dead deer
Get him.
too, man. Really. Dead animals. You know what I want to do? I want to go to the FBI or CIA and I want to talk to a dead human. That's what I have to do. I don't want to just go
You
kill a
said
human
this
just to
already.
talk to him, you know? I might get in trouble that way. Fuck, man.
Oh
You
god,
know,
this
how
story.
in the hell am I supposed to kill him? Do I use a knife? Do I shoot him? Do I run over the motherfucker?
Okay,
or
what
what,
is
you know? You know, then I gotta tie him up in a fucking chair, you know,
Okay.
so he can sit up when I'm talking to him. Cause I don't want to talk to a dead human fucking laying down, man.
I know, I totally understand. Got to get the fucking car batteries out. Got to get the fucking cables. Fucking, I know. It sucks. I got to put water in the tub. It's like, it's such a hassle.
Holy, thank you for those jokes from the crypt.
Another thing is, if I know the motherfucker's lying to me, and if he works for the devil, I might slap him around a little bit. You bitch, and he's dead. You know, pow, pow,
Honestly,
and
I want.
what the
I
fuck are you
want
doing?
so.
The dude's dead.
A lot of guys work for the
And I
devil in here.
said,
Want to
damn it, the motherfucker's lying to me.
Honestly, I'm
Honestly,
so
a bunch of
badly
motherfuckers that work for the devil in here.
be as alpha as OpenEye. Like OpenEye is so alpha, and Chad, like your mentality is fucking the definition of gangster.
Overly aggressive
Elohim strikes
unnecessarily.
down thee with cotton from hell.
Cotton.
All cotton.
Cotton.
What would hell cotton look like? Would it be like ash or something like that?
There's no
It's
cotton
the
in it.
ash of the dark.
I got a new form of chicky nuggies, guys. It's like honey baked something chicky nuggies. They're pretty good.
That sounds good. That sounds good. I want some honey baked chicken nuggies, but there's no open fucking stores in my city. Fuck
Yeah,
coronavirus.
chicken nuggets are.
My grocery store was fucking full of everything. There was
Low
nothing
grade
missing.
jelly.
I couldn't see anything missing, and they had all the.
They don't sell chicken nuggies in baked glaze at fucking your grocery store, bro.
You still got snow on the ground right now, Shogun?
No, it's rain. It's the first rain I've seen in like 8 months.
Yeah, but you have snow on the ground still.
No, you can't have rain and snow on the ground. What are you talking about?
Dude, I have 6 feet of fucking snow on the ground, and it's rained for the last week, and I still have snow on the ground.
Well, get out of Wonderland, bro. Come back to reality.
Yeah,
Well, snow. If it's raining, it's above zero. If there's frozen water, it's below zero. So if you're in a place where there's both snow and rain, I would recommend coming back down to Earth.
No, you come down from the top of the earth, you fucker.
Now, Maru, bro.
You can walk around with a handgun in public, right?
Absolutely, you can.
Shogun's got fucking the type of fucking climate where it gets dark later during the summertime. Earlier.
Early in the summertime. Wait, it gets dark early in the winter, later in the summer, like everywhere else.
Yeah, but you got a shorter summer than I do.
Yes, we're the coldest. I live in a Siberian climate, same as Siberia.
His big pine trees, the big pine trees that you cut down in people's properties out there are probably like 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. Like they got, like in town, they actually have trees, old maples that are probably about 150 years old, maybe 200 years old. And they're not really huge, but they're big enough. But the climate up there is totally different.
Yeah. I once took MDMA at my cabin, and then I was so sick because it was such bad MDMA. And then I groaned into the mic for like 12 hours or 24 hours. And everyone told me to drink pine needle water, like boiled pine needles. And I didn't do it, but maybe it would have helped.
Well, pine needles do help with a lot of things.
Actually, yeah, like you actually could have did that. Could have walked outside, stripped the pine tree, but you got to strip the proper pine tree.
That's what she said.
Can I tell you guys a story of Genesis?
You know, pine stuff is very.
Yes, no.
Hold on, open it. Let's hear the story of Genesis.
Okay, so in the beginning, God created the world, and He created Adam and Eve, and He created the serpent and the tree, and Adam and Eve ate from the tree, and God looked at them, and He saw that they had received wisdom. And he said, "Oh, hell no, what the fuck is this bullshit? Get the fuck out."
That's great. That's great.
All right, I'll take that.
What do a Christmas tree and a priest...
God made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Oh, used that one before. But literally, what do a Christmas tree and a priest have in common? Their balls are just for decoration.
Christmas tree.
A priest.
And a priest.
That's fucking hilarious. But I'm just
it's like to play with their balls.
I want to play with my balls. I haven't played with my balls in like over a week now. I've been like even masturbation celibate, dude.
Right on, good for you, man. What part of the Bible won't you find a black man in?
Well, so even NASA astronauts jerk off though, because they know it can cause prostate infections and shit. So like, I should be for my health jerking off 21 times a month.
Sorry, Edward.
That was bad.
No, the prostate cancer and infections, you should be jerking loads at least 21 times per month for a healthy prostate. That's like actually recommended by the fucking everyone. But we want to sit here and shame about masturbation. Like, this is what I don't get about Christianity and masturbation.
It's not so much.
You're roboting, dude. You're roboting, bro. That's what I don't get about masturbation and the shame of it. Everybody wants to shame it, but it's literally healthy for you. And it's like,
it's not that. It's the
I don't get it. I don't understand what it's the religious right and this fucking uptight, fucking sexually repressed cult of fucking corpse worshippers.
Dude, all I can say is God must love stupid people because he made so fucking many of them.
Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I want to tell you something.
Well, you have some smart people.
Secret. I want to tell you a secret about the night sky. You know, when it's dark, though, it's dark outside without no lights. If you look up there, though, things are invisible up there, really. Even during the day, things are invisible. Yeah. So if you close your eyes, you could see the invisibility if you could, you know.
Well,
So when you
what
go out
you're
on
talking
Halloween,
about Open Eye Project, so many people perceive that and misunderstand. When you close your eyes, you're seeing a whole little scatter pattern of your tissue, and at the same time, your mind changes, and you are totally on with something by how you describe it, way more than the average person.
No, I see faces.
If you, dude, no, dude, you have some cotton. No shit, you're seeing faces. That's the problem. Most people don't even have the cotton, dude. You're way ahead of that average.
he's just trying to open our eyes by closing them.
I throw these bitches in the ocean sometimes, dude.
Wait, what?
What? What do you throw them? What ocean?
Look, telling a girl to calm down works out as
But
well
I
as
have to
baptizing
listen
a
to what
cat.
they're saying. I got to make sure they're the enemy. So if they use a name I don't like, I throw them in the fucking ocean, okay? And the big fish, the spiritual fish that's in the ocean, they eat them. Yep. So I feed the fish in the ocean, man. Isn't that cool?
Can I get my blood pipe to see this?
No, that's not April Fool's. It cuts like a knife. Ah!
That's like a virgin blade.
Jesus loves you, but everybody else thinks you're an asshole.
Got me feeling like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Holy Scepter
people don't
came
die,
to
dude.
Jesus' house and Jesus said, "You're banned, bro."
You're banned.
You understand? Dead people don't die. You got to kill them again anyway, though. I think I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I kill dead people. So
Holy Sepulchre, can you tell us a comedy joke?
A lot to kill dead people, is it?
No, but can you tell us a joke about when you met the dead deer that talks?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what? That was it. I didn't want to do it. The only reason why I did it, she looked like she was pregnant, and I said, okay. I had my knife, and I said, I want a baby deer. Okay, so I said, let me go
You
over
want
there.
the baby deer?
Yeah, well, I want to save the baby deer's life.
Oh.
So, and I was gonna have to bring it to the vet and everything too, or whatever. And but I went to go over there, and I said, oh boy, I had it in my back of my mind. This is, you know, that damn deer's gonna talk to you, you know. It's like, oh, don't think about it, you know. It's like, so I kicked the stomach a little bit to see if it wants to move, you know. Try to make the no, I don't kick it hard. I just kind of move it. And all at once I look at the face, and then the deer starts talking and says, I gotta go help Sirius. I gotta go help Sirius. And it's like, oh shit, it kind of freaked me out. And I just walked away, you know.
Is that
Damn.
Isis or Osiris who's connected to? Oh, sorry, bad time.
Well, they got the star named Sirius too. So that's about the only name I know about. But that's not really a joke. That's actually really happened. And then I decided,
it's
look,
serious
I saw a
business.
dead bird, and I started talking. I said, look, I'm gonna ask the damn bird fucking questions, you know. So I got, you know, you see when you talk to a dead animal, you got to ask the question. So, but you know, that's what happened. But dead people talk, dude, for real.
So, Holy Sepulchre, did you actually hammer a nail in at the Zappa Mountain with your physical eyes? Because recently you told me you used your physical eyes to hammer a nail in at the Zappa Mountain, and that's impressive to say the least. Because I have eyes too, and I can't hammer a nail in with my eyes.
But you can hammer a woman.
No, well,
oh yeah,
it's a
I can
certain
hammer a
thing
woman
you
with my
gotta
eyes.
do.
No problem.
It was like a drill. It was like a hammer drill, and I just pounded. You know, I just kept on slamming it down on. And once I saw what was going on, I just started slamming it down on the mountain. You know, but a lot of these secrets I tell y'all, it's secrets. I can't tell you how I do these things. So, and
Is
burning
there any
people up.
chance you're connected to the mystery schools of Isis, which is the most ancient mystery
Well, I
school that
felt
there
bad.
is?
Yeah, it could be. Well, ancient knowledge of long ago too.
Could be.
Yeah, it
But
could be.
I felt bad about burning these people up, so I had to read the Book of Notre Dame. You know,
Why did that
Well,
help?
you say you feel bad about it, right? But when I met you, you told me that the moon was full of slave people, and you burned the moon up, and you knew that all the slave people would die, and you didn't seem too sad about that. So I don't think you're really that sensitive. I think you're a guy who's willing to burn up whoever needs to be burned up. That's what I think. I think you're willing to kill
no, you don't
all the
understand.
slaves
When you
on the
start,
moon, and you said 2 times you killed them. 2 times.
yeah, but all these people get freed, though. You don't understand. When the fire goes, starts happening, the ropes burn. If they're using ropes, the ropes burn off, and they just get away. I've been freeing people, dude.
I know you have, and I do want to say, and I know it's a comedy podcast, but this is dead serious. I appreciate you fighting the battle against the demons we
Thank
can't
you.
see, blowing them up the way we can't do, and freeing the people we can't free. Because without Holy Sepulchre, I promise you, I'm Shogun. I can fight. I can fuck a guy up, right, hand to hand. But I can't blow up the moon. I can't do it 2 times. So thank you for
think
getting it done.
I also can't curse the Pope either, but Holy Sepulchre is able to do this, which was
Hey.
just miraculous to me.
I've
don't
cursed the
understand
Pope a few times. I wish I hadn't. I did a lot of blasphemy, but it's a separate thing.
Well, it looks like the Pope's been coughing lately. Maybe he's been dropping the soap a lot, man, and coughing a lot. I don't know.
Quit trying to
maybe
trick
the
us.
Pope's been dropping the soap a lot.
Yeah, he probably, maybe that's why he's coughing. Maybe it's reaching the other side of his fucking throat or something. I don't know.
Oh shit!
Maybe he's fucking an alien or something. That
Well,
fucking
guys,
alien might have fucking.
No
open eye.
disrespect
The
to
Pope
the
needs to
Catholic
get some
listeners.
soap on a rope, bro. He keeps dropping the soap. It's getting the back of his throat.
Open eye.
Yeah.
Did you watch that little video there that I posted for you?
Well, I'm sure it's a good one. Why wasn't Jesus born in the USA? Because God couldn't find 3 wise men or a virgin.
That's a burn. That's a burn right there.
Got him. Got him.
Mm-hmm. There's no adult virgins in the USA. I can attest to that.
Damn it.
You guys know why God made Gentiles?
No, why?
Someone had to pay retail.
Oh. How did Jesus'
Also-
crucifixion save us? Because he fucking nailed it, bro.
Jesus.
He really did. He really did.
He did.
Jesus walked into a hotel, handed the innkeeper 3 nails, and said, "Can you put me up for the night?"
Oh, fuck.
Jeez, man.
That's fucking me.
that's as if anyone.
Lol.
Hey, I wonder if you how Potato Head is. What if you dress Potato Head with like cotton balls for the titties and cotton balls for the ass?
Just having
What-
Toy Story
what-
flashbacks.
Well,
right
actually, we didn't
What
ask
if
you about
it's,
this, right?
What if
Mr.
it's a
Potato Head?
It just flashed in my
You
head.
could grow a
Listen,
potato in
what if it's a
cotton.
male potato and he don't like to be cross-dressed like a woman?
Maybe
What would he
Mr.
say?
Cotton Dick.
Excuse me, they had a female Mrs. Potato Head.
Yeah, she looked like the man. It was just a tranny.
Yeah, they did. Mrs. Potato Head. That was disturbing, actually.
Yeah, there
she
you
had
go.
a
Because you
mustache
could make
hole,
it look
too.
fucking both. Like if you had
Mr.
both
Potato
of
Head
them, you
is
could cross them.
charming. Mrs. Potato Head is disturbing. That's a fact.
I wanted to tell Open Eye, I do have as much authority as the Pope does, but I just don't have as many people who believe it.
And the
Jesus
cotton went unlit.
returned. Oh, sorry, Belushi. Please tell your joke.
Was
Oh.
it a joke?
And air was free inside.
Or you gonna say
The
true?
air was free. Were you sniffing
Oh,
again?
well, shit. Jesus
Growing
actually
stalks.
was gonna return in 2016, but he saw the alt-right kids and he was like, I don't really know if they really represent what I'm all about, so, like, I'm just not gonna do it.
Mm. You know what kind of car Jesus drives, right?
What?
Chrysler.
Hey, I was thinking about getting some property up there in the air, bro. I mean, like
You
the
should,
one in
man. That real estate in the clouds has
like
gotten cheap.
like the Goodyear blimp thing. You know, you could have free rent up there, man. You could live for free, and then you
Well,
float
actually,
around. And you don't have to get no parking tickets. You know, you don't have to have a license plate. You know, shit like that. And you could get married up there without paying for a license. You know.
You can get married to a cow in the sky. There's no fucking law in the sky.
Yeah, another thing is you can fish. You know, you can fish for free. You don't need a fishing license.
You can fish for a
'cause
sky.
I know they
Fish
gonna
like the
catch you.
DreamWorks guy.
You don't need a
They gonna
fishing
catch you. You're
license.
fucking
Like
in
the
a
DreamWorks
blimp,
guy.
you know. You think the fucking gang warden's gonna fucking fly up there and says, "Hey, let me see your license." I says, "Fuck you,
No.
get out of here," you know.
No, you can fish as many salmon, as many tuna as you want from a Goodyear blimp in the clouds. You can catch all the salmon you want from the clouds.
Fuck that salmon fucker.
You can catch some good sky salmon, and there ain't no game wardens in heaven.
And then you could say, you could have a loudspeaker like my blowhorn thing I got, this blowhorn. I'm free! I'm free! I don't have to get taxed neither, too.
No, there's no taxes. And actually, this is serious. There's a huge blimp. It's the biggest sky transport that exists. It looks like a fat ass. It's actually kind of sexy. And if we raise enough money, we could buy one, and then we could literally fly around in the clouds and broadcast a roundtable podcast from essentially heaven.
Perfect.
I think it'll lift 2 fucking TVs on both sides.
Oh, bro, they can lift 100. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're talking about like an actual what was
It's a blimp. It looks like Beyonce's ass, basically.
Holy
Dude,
mackerel!
we just
Is
did
that
that
aerodynamic or what?
show.
No, but it's a sexy one that actually gives some people boners. I'll put a picture right now, and
Ooh, this is a sexy ass vehicle, man. Damn.
yeah, no joke. It's the sexiest air vehicle ever designed. It literally looks like a fat ass.
Well, I could divorce civilization, you know, and I could say, look, I don't have to pay taxes no more. I don't have to give y'all no money because I'm
Oh, that's the fucking Russian super lift fucking thing. That thing can lift like 800 tons, believe it or not.
Yeah, and that's a lot of coke.
Air America. Air America.
Pounds of coke, 800 pounds of coke.
I could make
Air America was the name of the CIA operation that they bought a plane company basically and was running fucking cocaine. Well, it was out of the
we don't care about the cocaine.
It was out of the Golden Triangle in Vietnam, is what it was.
Okay, tell me there is one person in the chat who got a boner from this poem.
I would
I
totally.
think I definitely got a boner.
Whoa, shit.
That's pretty wild, fucking the way they shot that.
That's a pretty hot blimp. I'm not gonna lie. That's the most fuckable blimp I've ever seen.
Dude, is that a butt plug in there or not?
Am I the only one who's kind of hard? Like just like that blimp though.
That is a hot blimp. That is a sexy, big ass Colombian blimp.
Are we just gonna talk about this blimp's ass all night?
Yeah, and how? Yeah. Oh,
I would like to just shift the topic to talking about the blimp's legs because I think those are all also incredible.
Well,
Florida is America's penis.
I did write some jokes if you guys want to hear them.
You know what the
Yeah, we do.
Christians, when they saw, you know, them fireflies and shit, it says, "Oh my God, it's the Holy Spirit's around us."
That's yeah. I figured you'd be laughing.
That's kind of funny. Oh my
All right,
God.
what's going on? What's going on down on the round table? Fucking number 1 right now.
3 vampire
People got people muted all over.
Oh
Don't
man,
worry about it. It's not a big deal. Fuck it.
I googled like dirty Christian jokes, I Googled dirty
Bunch of
Christian jokes and I
homos.
found a bunch of racist jokes instead. Damn it.
All right. We could
Well, I wrote
do the
some jokes
Halloween
if you
thing.
guys
Do
want
it.
to hear it.
Your mama's so ugly when the devil saw her, he started praying.
That's a fucking good one.
Wait, what was it? What was it?
Your mama's so ugly when the devil saw her, he started praying.
Oof.
Please, Lord, let her make it to heaven.
If Mary had Jesus and Jesus is the Lamb of God, does that mean Mary had a little lamb?
Oh, had a little lamb.
And his fleece was
What, you
like
fucking
snow.
Google too?
Now, Mary had a little camel, man. I found out, that's his animal.
Islamic space program.
Human animal.
And I say you should consider getting one of these to mask yourself from the government spooks.
Yeah.
Dude, there's more fucking audio of me than there is of fucking JFK.
Even more the reason to fake your death and use an online persona.
Dude, if I fake my death, I'm gonna fucking not fake my death. It sounds like fun. The CIA does have a separate. Hold on. The CIA does have a separate enterprise within itself for witness protection that they do for their overseas assets that they bring over here. So they have a whole program for that.
Acer Center.
Separate from like the U.S. Marshal shit and all that other stuff.
So
I just
what are you
do
gonna do if
fine.
you fake your death, Ben? Can you tell us
The best
again,
way to do
please?
it.
What's that here? Hey, what's the difference between a nun and a woman in a bathtub? One has hope in her soul and one has soap in her hole.
Oh, that's pretty
Who
good.
said my name?
I mean, what?
Someone said Shoshana.
Well, the best way to fake your death is to just go ahead and kill yourself and then raise yourself back from the dead.
Let me go get right on that.
Facts.
Yeah,
True
that's
facts.
so easy.
Why wasn't Jesus
If
born
you
in
want to fake
Australia?
your death, just
Why
kill
wasn't
yourself
Jesus
and
born
raise
in
yourself.
Australia? Because God couldn't find 3 wise men and a virgin.
I said the
That
same
was
thing
the
about America.
that was the American joke earlier.
Oh,
Still good.
okay.
It's still good, yeah.
Why are Adams Catholic? Because they have mass.
Oh.
Want to hear a joke?
That's funny.
All right, why did Jesus die a virgin? Because every wound he touched closed and healed.
You want to hear a joke?
That's actually.
Sir Polly.
What did Gandhi say to the British after they asked him to
He
move?
started talking to him.
Namaste.
That's why he fucking closed that room.
Namaste.
Hey, Belushi, could we get some hair on that meme, please?
How does Moses make his tea?
He brews it. I
He
love that
brews
joke.
it.
I fucking love that joke.
What's faster
Yeah,
than a
it's,
cheetah?
one
Oh, that's
thing
ridiculous.
bad about
Who with a
having
coupon?
hair around it.
Why don't animals play poker in
What do you
Africa?
call a nun? Oh, God.
You get hair
Because
in your
they're
teeth.
cheetahs.
What do you call a nun in a wheelchair? A Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, virgin.
How do you circumcise a priest? Kick the nun in the chin.
Oh, I thought you just asked Polly.
What do you call Batman skipping church? Christian Bale.
That's stupid.
I know, dude. It's so dumb. It's funny.
How do you get a nun pregnant? Dress her up as an altar boy.
Oh my God, this one's disgusting. I gotta say it though. What is the difference between acne and a Catholic priest? Acne
I
usually
hate
comes
this
on a
one.
boy's face after he turns 12.
Oh, that's mean.
It's me.
That is pretty mean.
Honestly, I think the best Mad Maxing is just like, we go now.
What do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic.
Oh,
Oof.
she's Roman, bro.
I burned 3,000 calories yesterday. Left a sheet of brownies in the oven too long.
Mm.
Yep.
What did the Buddha say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything.
Man, that joke you said about burning calories brought a very dark joke to my mind. I'm not gonna say it, but some people might know what I'm talking about. That's all I'm
Text
gonna
it,
say.
message it to me, message it to me.
What the fat little Jewish boy Belushi said to the round table. L'chaim!
Why did God create alcohol? So ugly people could have sex too.
And also so good.
If you had to cook a duck or like a chicken or whatever, and it was 89 degrees as a human's temperature, isn't it 89 degrees?
It's 93.
98.
Oh, 98, I'm sorry. 98 degrees. How long would it take to cook something 98 degrees at maybe, say, 1 pound?
That would take like 7-8 hours.
Oh, so the only thing you got to do is eat a pound of shrimp, and by the time you shit it out, it's going to be cooked.
Oy vey.
Because that's how our body works.
Did you hear about Did you hear about the Buddhists who refused Novocaine during a root canal? Transcendental medication.
Oh.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty bad, but pretty good.
What the fuck? This one's stupid. Do you know what Adam said to Eve? Watch out, I don't know how big this gets.
What? It cut out as you finish it.
Watch out, I don't know how big this thing gets.
3 nuns walk into a bar, the 4th one ducks.
Listen, plenty of people haven't completed college. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Anne Frank.
Me.
And
I
Frank.
love censorship. It's like the original Anne Frank diaries. Jesus, talk about a good time.
There's a Catholic Discord server. Actually, it's the Vatican's Discord. I mean, not Discord. The Vatican's Minecraft server.
The Vatican
What's the best part about being a rabbi? You get to keep the tips.
Hey.
I did not see that coming. And frankly, I don't give a damn.
Okay, I got a good one. Look, if you talk to the tree, and the tree is like an owl, like knowledge, the tree of knowledge, okay? And if you ask the tree, what would you ask the tree? What question would you ask the tree of the knowledge of good and evil?
Is that Fed that just joined, by the way?
Will I die?
Yes, that is Fed.
Before Buddha became enlightened when he was a teenager, he had an emo band and he put out an album called This World Makes Me Suffer.
Well, the tree would say, "Did you ever get down to the root of it?" Or who? Ask the damn owl, man. He knows more than me.
I asked God for a bike, but I know God doesn't work that way, so I stole a bike and asked for forgiveness. Hey. Just turned water or wine into barf. Your move, Jesus.
Just a quick note. I don't know if people have been noticing this. There has been some shenanigans going on with joins, and just keep an eye out. Be prepared for anything. That's all I'm gonna say.
What do you mean shenanigans?
Wait, what?
Group joins, and a lot of trolls were going down to Roundtable 1. I think a couple of them got banned. Anyways, the point is, just be on the lookout right now. Also, keep in mind, not a Fed, you know who that is, joined, and Microwave and a bunch of other people immediately joined the group. Just keep a lookout. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Fucking Microwave's back. Damn it.
Fuck, I just said that like fucking half hour ago. I said what the fuck was going on down in fucking Roundtable 1. I said all those people
Yes.
muted.
I know.
Hey,
But at that time, I
you
thought
know
it was
what,
contained. Apparently, this is a second wave. But just don't worry about it.
I was in the logs right now anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, microwave is pretty cool, isn't it? You can fucking put aluminum foil in there and blow his ass up. Boom!
Right on.
Oh my god.
Hey, you know what? What if you put a helium balloon in a microwave? What would happen?
I have no idea.
I just walked in on
It,
mine, so
it,
continue.
it might blow off the damn doors or something.
You should try it.
You
I
should.
wonder what
Yeah,
happens when you put cotton in a
helium's-
microwave.
Well, helium's flammable. You know that, right?
Yeah. Wait, helium?
Yeah, helium. Isn't that what they put on like the Zeppelin or the airboats?
Yeah. I can remember it was helium or hydrogen that was flammable.
Was it
them-
hydrogen? Wait, hydrogen or helium?
One of them is flammable, one of them is not, but they both do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I didn't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day.
Ah, that's a good one. I be tripping, yeah.
What do I have to do to get Sir my name?
You just put it there.
Hey, Open Eye, what's the funniest thing you've ever seen while tripping?
I don't know, when they fall off the fucking cliff. That's the funniest damn thing. Yeah.
All right, what's the funniest thing you ever seen on shrooms?
Fuck. My tent tried to eat me while I was inside of it. That's legit.
You were
Thought I was gonna
camping too?
fucking die.
Eh?
Yeah, I was at a music festival.
I was camping in the middle of nowhere and fucking. We took 3/4 of an ounce of shrooms and made tea with it and split it around everybody, and everybody got like maybe a shot and a half, 2 shots in a fucking glass, and it was so hot it started melting, right? So I poured water into it and I fucking downed it. Everybody poured water into it too. But anyway, I downed it and everybody's looking around going, "You really drank all that?" And I'm like, "Yeah." 15 minutes later, man, I was like, the fucking fire was melting like a fucking puddle.
That's dope.
Yeah, with my heartbeat, man, and fucking we dumped a bunch of copper and
You made opals.
well, yeah, copper and garden tube. Stuck that
Yeah.
through the garden tube, friggin' threw that in the fire, and it was just like purple fire to begin with. But yeah, it was pretty cool night.
When I took some liquid acid at a music festival, I think I might have told you this. We broke open glow sticks and sprayed them all over the dark trails. And then we would sit in our tent and listen to all the hippies giggle as they walk by. What is this fucking place? It's amazing. It was fucking awesome.
That's pretty crazy.
But for real, one time on mushrooms, we were walking, basically nature walk, like off the trails, and I saw a stump in the middle of the forest, and it literally formed from looking like a woman's vagina into a cougar face, and I got really fucking scared and started running, and all my friends like, "Dude, where the fuck are you going?" I'm like, "I don't know, man, vagina cougar." That's all I said, and I kept running.
Vagina cougar.
Stumps can do weird things when you're on shrooms, bro. I'm just telling you. Fucking watch
That's
out.
weird, man. I don't think I'll ever do that, but
That's
Well,
what
what's
mushrooms
the
do.
what's the thing about April Fools anyway? Who in the hell made that shit up?
Oh, let's just search the genealogy right now.
Wow, you sound like a pervert.
Who just took a shot?
Honestly, April Fools
Yeah, no,
is like
we'll
some
cut that guy out. It's
bullshit.
easy to do
It's gotta have
so.
some kind of myth. It's gotta have some kind of myth or some shit. I don't know.
Kind
No,
of mentality
no, I
you
don't
gotta
think it
have
does.
come
Day
in
of
some online
April.
chat and
It
instantly
has like
get
a
labeled as a
really
Chad. Oh,
has a really basic myth. It's not like mythological or anything, I don't think.
I'm mythological, dude.
that's what your mom said.
I am the mythos.
Says
It's
it
official.
was created
We're
in the
2020.
Netherlands.
The end times are here. You guys have all lost.
Has anybody here ever choked on a big black penis before?
no, but you sound like you have from experience.
Why
man.
do you want to know?
Like, in my dreams. No,
He's gone.
You ever suck
He
a dick
said
you didn't like?
you didn't understand what he said. He says, "Did anybody choke on it?"
Yeah, it's an
I heard him
open
loud and clear.
question fire.
Open eye.
It's like
The
asking
question
when
is-
did you stop beating your wife?
It's not
I like that one too.
that bad. but
Oh,
it's
open
pretty-
eye. You ever
pretty
suck a dick you didn't like?
Shit, I'm not gonna answer that. No comment.
There you go.
That's a loaded question, dude.
That's a pun.
loaded question, dude.
That's a pun.
Well, if you guys
Anyway.
would like, I can share some jokes I wrote for the stream.
Let's go.
Sure,
Do you
Bum.
guys,
It's all you.
do you guys like you might be a redneck jokes?
Sure.
Well, it's kind of like that. So, all right, here we go. If you are flying around, then get caught in a net, and the next thing you know, you're soup, you might end up having coronavirus. If you are a hypochondriac and go to the hospital because you have the flu, you might end up with coronavirus. If you're the type of person who puts on gloves and goes to the grocery store and continues to wear them throughout the day, you might end up with coronavirus. If you don't have any toilet paper and end up having to suck dick for it, you might end up with coronavirus. If you're unsuspecting beauty and then you're about to get your blood sucked out by Dracula, you might end up with coronavirus.
Yeah.
If you end up matching with some nasty ass person you never would swipe right on in a million years, but you're so horny and you have cabin fever and you're willing to break quarantine, you might end up with coronavirus. If you have an IQ of 75 and go around licking doorknobs and handrails to scare panicked people, you might end up with coronavirus. If you're a prepper and you buy some discount MREs from China and the mystery meat happens to be made out of bat meat, you might end up with coronavirus. If you're chilling at home and waiting for your Amazon package to come and the delivery guy wipes his nose before he drops off your package, you might end up with coronavirus. If you're a demon and the person that's burning you is using cotton that an angry Chinese worker coughed on, you might end up with coronavirus.
Magical Bone. You're a fantastic man.
If you work for the NSA and the guy listening to you uses a tin foil to redirect the mind control attempts to a horde of angry bats, you might end up with coronavirus.
Dude.
If you like drinking old bourbon and you think it's ironic to open up a bottle packaged in 1918, you might end up with the Spanish influenza. If you're a UFC fighter and you go straight to the mat, the moment quarantine is lifted, before the janitor can get there to wipe down the mat, you might end up with coronavirus. And that's all I got, guys.
That is great.
That was deep.
Thank you.
So a screwdriver rolls into a bar. Bartender says, "What'll it be? I think we named a drink after you." Screwdriver says, You named a drink Philip?"
Wow.
Peanuts.
It's a
Gallery.
fun right there.
Dad jokes are the best, man. Why couldn't the bike stand up on his own? He was too tired.
Are you gonna do the Canadian moose joke, Shogun, or what?
The what now?
The Canadian moose joke.
What's the best way to fuck a moose?
I don't know.
Ass.
Be Shogun?
No, the proper one. Moose walked into a bar, and the bartender said, "Why the long face?"
It's terrible, Paulie.
So what do you call a sophisticated
terrible
American?
joke.
What do you call a sophisticated
It's a great
American?
joke if you know how big a moose is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long face, but that's not funny. But I appreciate it.
What do you call a sophisticated American? Anyone know?
What?
He's a Canadian.
Sophisticated American is a Canadian. Canuck.
Canadians are very sophisticated. That's for sure.
Some of us are sophistifucked.
The fuck. Open eye. I mean, we don't have to wrap it up, but you got a closing set of jokes for us here? Maybe one last joke to show why April Fools as Halloween cuts like the knife?
Yeah. Oh, I love April Fools because it's like another scary day of the month, you know. And you know what? One thing's good about April Fools or whatever, you could sit on your roof and watch your neighbors go by and shit on their head and shit, or get in the tall tree, get in
When
the
they think
tall
about April
tree.
Fools, you shit on your head.
Well, you get in a tall tree while your neighbors walking by and just pee on their head and shit. You could do all kinds
Just
of
peeing
fun
shit in their
yeah.
heads. Fuck them.
Yeah. You could say, you pissed me off, so I pissed on your fucking head. You can
your mouth, bitch.
Well, the funnest thing is going to the graveyard, man. If you ever want to go to April Fools, you get someone dressed up like a fucking a demon or something, and you can scare the shit out of them because that's what April Fools is all about, man. You just scare the fucking crap out of them,
Yeah,
And just
if
make
it's
sure-
April
just
Fools
make
and
sure-
somebody's, going to visit the grave of their dead father, just jump out and just spook the fuck out of them like it's Halloween.
Yeah, just make sure they're wearing a diaper, so if they take a crap, and shit on themselves. Yeah, so there's a lot of
That's
fun
why we have
things
shovel
you could
parties,
do.
right?
Yeah, you could do shovel parties. I mean, it'd be kind of weird, you go in the graveyard, old one or whatever, and some people's already out there having a bonfire. They're dressed in black or something, and they all got shovels in their hands. It's like, that would scare the shit out of somebody. Really
That would
quick.
definitely scare the shit. If I was in a graveyard and that's a bunch of people with shovels in their asses, that would scare the shit out of me. I know that.
Yeah. So, but that's a lot of fun things you could do. And the thing is, you got to film this shit because you got to document. You can put it on the funny videos and shit.
I don't know if it's legal to film putting shovels up people's asses in a graveyard, but
No, I meant they'd be at a bonfire or whatever, or just to start a bonfire, and they'd be holding shovels in their hand.
Shovel party.
Yeah, shovel party. I didn't mean to say they have shovels up their ass or nothing. But
Handle? Wait, you're another guy that likes to
Spade.
put stuff up people's asses. What the hell's going on?
listen, he has shovel parties, and if you didn't know, a shovel party is when someone else comes to a party with you and talks shit. You get your shovel out and you shovel their shit into the fire, I guess.
Yeah, when
Is
the
that
shit
correct?
when the shit gets deep, you know that old saying, when the shit gets deep, you better have a fucking shovel, to dig out the shit
That
up.
honestly should probably be the closing statement for the night. When the shit gets deep, you better have a fucking shovel, fools.
Yeah, and have a rope to pull your ass out too.
Amen.
Shovel might not
Either
work,
pull yourself out or string yourself up. It's up to you.
Amen, brother.
See ye, L'chaim.
L'chaim, motherfuckers.